Hello, welcome to my home. I'm potroastmom. Thank you for coming back to my channel. I love you. So today I wanted to brush my cats, probably mostly Coupon. Coupon, who would famously jump off a cliff if an opportunity to be brushed was at the bottom. Oh cool, Fawcett is playing by the tripod. I love that. I love that for us. We're having so much fun. Anyways. I also wanted to tell you about my first cat ever, Carrot. She was gorgeous and wonderful and very mischievous. And we had quite a few adventures in college, and so I just wanted to share those. First of all, I do need to tell you that it's time for another sanitary shave. And I know that because when Coupon jumped up onto my bed this morning, kind of this bed, kind of seen here, she was, should we all say it together? Covered in poop. Exactly. I didn't do the last one that long ago. It's a never, I am the Sisyphus of sanitary shaves. Do you know who that was, or do you? She doesn't care. Anyways, I got Carrot when I was in high school. I think I've talked about it before, but my brother was actually the one who found her in the woods. And he brought her home, and then obviously, because of the way that men are, he just immediately decided he wasn't going to take care of her, and I was like, okay, I'll do it. It was horrible because she was only a few days old, and I had never taken care of a cat before. Can I brush your armpits? I love you. I love you. You're my soupy. My soup mama. Holy guacamole. What you doing, girlfriend? I also want to do like a little ASMR stuff. Does this sound good? She was very small. She had to be bottle fed. I had to do the thing where you use a warm cotton ball on their privates to teach them how to go to the bathroom. It was a lot of work for someone in high school. And then, I went to college, and I missed her very much. And that first year I was in college, my grandparents came. So my grandparents drove Carrot down. When I got to college, I rushed a sorority, which, I don't know, at my school, sororities it was an incredibly positive experience, but I didn't go to like a big state school where girls were mean, I guess. I had a great time. Anyways, I moved into the house immediately, which isn't normal really, but I did. And the girl who lived across the hall from me, her name was Courtney. She was extremely allergic to cats. But the thing about me is that I didn't care. So anyways, when my grandparents brought Carrot down, she stayed with me in my room in the sorority house. This was when I was a freshman. She didn't come back again until I moved out of the house. But famously, pot roast came when I was a sophomore. Anyways. That girl never knew. No, I think at one point I did tell her that I did briefly have a cat living in my room. I don't think she liked that, but what can you do? I love you. You're so patient. Well, you're patient in this instance. In all other instances, not so much. Not so much. Can I use the de-shedding one now? Oh, I really wish you would let me de-shed your armpits. Because that's where we be getting the most shed. The fur that I don't know a better word, harvests from them is grade A. It's so soft. It's going to make an incredible scarf. When I finally moved out of the sorority house, oh my God. And I moved into a house with 2 other girls from my sorority. Just like it was actually the shittiest house ever, and it had a landlord who was psychotic. And for me to think another woman is psychotic, you know? Anyways. We lived there, and Carrot was not friendly. She had the classic single kitten syndrome. So she was raised as a kitten by herself, so she never learned to tolerate other cats or to stop biting people. Purr into the mic. I love you. But I did bring other brushes in case Rocco wants to come in here. These are for long-haired cats, so this is for Rocco. I also got him this. I ended up taking Rocco to the vet, and I asked them to do a sanitary shave on Rocco because, I don't know, his back end, his butt was very matted, and like I tried, but I didn't want to cut his old man's skin. I was scared. Why am I scared of cutting Rocco's skin and not getting my skin shredded by coupon? I don't know. Scientists will have to study that. But we lived off campus, and Carrot wasn't nice to the other animals in the house. And that is kind of when she became an indoor-outdoor cat. And people really hate outdoor cats, some people. And so, you know, if that upsets you, feel free to absolutely, I have to brush these pants. Go off in the comments. I won't care, but oh my God, I just realized I meant to take my hair out of these clips. I probably look so crazy. Dag nabbit. I should have. We all have regrets. Anyways, Carrot wasn't nice. We lived with many other animals in that house because, you know, roommates didn't stay forever. They graduated, and so we lived with other cats. We lived with a truly, truly decrepit, gross dog. Oh, outdoor cats. So Carrot would go indoor, outdoor. And from the house we lived in, I could walk to the sorority house, and that's where I ate. Like, I didn't buy a meal plan through the college. I just, you know, paid my sorority dues and ate there. And Carrot would follow me, and then she would stand at the door of the sorority house. Sometimes I would let her in, but I started, you know, when I went through college, I started to care about other people more. Some grown men don't even do that. So, you know, 19 is not that late to be doing that. So, you know, people would come to the door of the sorority house after I walked over, and they would say, "Is Carrot out there?" And I would say, "Yes." And they would go bring her, you know, treats and inevitably get bitten by her. And she just kind of did her own thing. She usually always came back. And then one time, she was gone for 3 days. 3 US days. And I was obviously very, very, very scared. But it turns out that she had just wandered over to a different sorority house. And they kept her inside for 3 days, and they named her Roxanne. And they ended up letting her out because she bit them so much. So in that moment, yeah, I did have to be thankful that she was so mean, you know? A cat not liking you that much doesn't ever stop you from loving it, you know? Sauce! Fawcett, can you come up here? I need to brush your armpits. You are my sunshine, my only sunshine. Can I get a little? She did have a collar on her because she went outside, but she always found a way to get it off. I think she must have gotten it off before she got into that sorority house, because I don't want to live in a world where teenage girls would steal a cat. Even though now that I say that out loud, that makes sense to me. And that is the world we live in. One thing about teenage girls is that they're scary. Yeah. You could not make me be a teenage girl again for anything in the world. Fawcett, don't jump up there. I'm so serious. Anyways. So Carrot really liked to eat bread. She would eat any bread or bread-like substance that was out on the counter. Like she ruined many loaves of bread she would eat right through the plastic. And that upset a lot of roommates. I was a pretty bad roommate. And even now, there's no way I could have a roommate because I'm just so... Like, I just need a lot of quiet and I need to not speak to people. Do you know what I mean? That's the thing about cats, is they're such good companions. My house growing up was not a very emotionally safe place. Like any, feeling that I voiced or, a lot of my thoughts were weaponized and turned against me, and then I was absolutely gaslit straight to hell. But Carrot was the first companion I had that felt really safe. And I think that is what led me to be such a cat person, is that feeling of like a good, positive, secure attachment. My first one was obviously a cat, but I think it's a common experience for people to have their first secure attachment as any animal. And then, a lot of times it's like, your childhood pet, and then when they pass, it's like, the most devastating thing in the world. Carrot lived with me all through college. After college, I moved into this house. I moved back to Kansas City and moved into this house. And she was an indoor-outdoor cat here. And she was really, loved by the neighbors because she would be so nice right before she bit them. And actually, when I started making videos on TikTok and Instagram, one of my neighbors actually found me and sent me some photos that they had taken of Carrot when she was alive. And that was a really lovely thing to experience. Like a week or so before Christmas in 2020, Carrot had gotten out and not come back for a few days, which she usually came home every single night and stood at the front door. There was a bench there, and so she would stand on the bench and ask to be let in. She didn't come back for a few days, and that was abnormal. I kept her inside. I was like, maybe we should be done with this indoor-outdoor cat thing. And the day after Christmas, I opened the front door, and she kind of snuck past my feet, and I wasn't paying attention. And so she got out. I did not see her again. And then in January, I had pretty much been walking my neighborhood every day, and posting about her on the neighborhood Facebook page and Nextdoor and whatever. And I was walking down the street, and there was a spot where an animal had obviously been hit by a car, and there was no body. There was just blood and fur. So I went and I picked up all the fur, and I could just tell that it was her. And I just sat next to it in the street and cried. And this guy came out of his house and was watching me, but that is not the first or the last time a man has watched me sob in the street, a man I don't know. And so, I'm just not embarrassed of it. But I do miss her. I miss her so terribly. Her being an indoor-outdoor cat, a lot of people say, that was coming, that was warranted, I deserved that, it's my fault. But she just couldn't
wouldn't stay inside. Some cats just don't like to be inside. And that's all there is to it. And I don't think a lot of people understand until they've had one of those cats. Anyways, now that I'm done crying, what if I like brushed kind of through your anxiety? What if I kind of brushed it away? I think this brush would be good for anxiety because it has these sharp little things, so it can just stab the anxiety and drag it away from you. Thoughts? Okay. You can close your eyes, but you don't have to. Should go side to side. There's a lot in there. Go this way. One more up and down. Coupon, do you want this or not? I'll save it for her. Okay, I'm gonna scratch your brain. I'm sorry I once again am crying about my dead cat in a video, but that's my brand. Anyways. Okay. Bye.